12 years ago, I was stabbed by one of Zoran's admirers, leaving me unable to bear children for life. Zoran knelt by my hospital bed, crying as he vowed to love me with his life forever. Fallon, I'm already thankful to heaven that you survived. From now on, I will never let anyone hurt you again. 12 years later, Zoran pinned that former admirer beneath him. Arya, will you have a child with me? I laughed bitterly at myself, went home and trashed Zoran's bedroom, accidentally discovering his old diary. In anger, I wrote, Zoran, I hate you. Unexpectedly, a sentence appeared out of thin air. Who are you? I don't care who hates me except Fallon. For a moment, I forgot my fear and wrote stroke by stroke. I am Fallon. Are you Fallon? Impossible, you can't be her. Fallon would never hate me, I haven't done anything to hurt her. These 3 sentences appeared out of thin air, startling me so much that I dropped the diary. It took a full 3 minutes before I could calm down. I picked up the diary from the floor and asked, is this your diary? Who are you? A line of text quickly appeared on the page. I'm Zoran. The hand holding the pen trembled uncontrollably. My heart was racing. Could it be that the person on the other side was 18-year-old Zoran? Who are you really? What gives you the right to say Fallon hates me? The other side continued to question. I quickly wrote down, I'm 30-year-old Fallon. 12 years from now, you'll hurt me, so stay away from me now. Impossible. His words appeared rapidly, scrawled messily, as if he was desperately trying to prove himself. If you're really Fallon, you'd know how much I love you. A distant, blurry memory surfaced, and I could almost imagine how indignant 18-year-old Zoran, who loved me more than life itself, would be after being questioned like this. The young man who could unhesitatingly give me his heart never imagined that one day he would push me away with his own hands. My eyes welled up with tears, and just as I was about to tell him more, the bedroom door swung open. 30-year-old Zoran walked straight to the dresser and started rummaging through the drawers, paying no attention to me. He hadn't looked at me once since he entered. I'm sure I left it here, he muttered to himself. Finally remembering my presence in the room, he turned to me and said, hey, where did you put the family heirloom? I was momentarily struck dumb, unsure how to respond. When we got married, he had entrusted the family heirloom to me in front of everyone. Fallon, from now on, you're the only treasure in this family, he had said. At the time, his older brother was furious and stood up, yelling, Zoran, have you lost your mind? Fallon's a barren hen. What right does she have to keep the family heirloom? Who will it be passed down to? 12 years ago, I had been injured in an accident, leaving me unable to bear children. The room fell silent instantly, with all eyes on me. I lowered my head, my face burning with shame and humiliation, but Zoran had gripped my hand tightly and slapped his brother across the face. Brother, I suggest you watch your mouth. Except for Fallon, no one deserves the family heirloom. It's not your place to lecture me on my choices. Amid the gaze of everyone present, I met Zoran's loving eyes, certain that I hadn't married the wrong man. I thought I had found the warmest safe haven in the whole world. For 7 years of marriage, I kept the family heirloom safely tucked away in a safe, fearing even the slightest mishap. But now, Zoran, for the sake of another woman, personally broke his vows. I rose numbly, retrieved a meticulously polished box from the safe, and handed it to him. Zoran snatched it eagerly, opened it, and nodded with satisfaction at the jade pendant inscribed with joy and happiness. With the family heirloom, Arya and our son will surely be safe. After saying this, he gave me, with my haggard appearance, a lazy once-over. You keeping this wouldn't matter since you don't have any kids to pass it on to. I'll buy you something else later. Our wedding anniversary, I'll celebrate with you after I'm done with this. Right now, Arya needs me more. I opened my mouth, but before I could speak, Zoran was already at the door, ready to leave. As a parting shot, he added, be sensible. No one's trying to steal your position as Mrs. Stratton. I looked at his retreating figure, laughing self-mockingly as tears flowed unchecked, my heart aching incessantly. After loving each other for so many years, did he think I was after the title of Mrs. Stratton? I reopened the diary, and a new line appeared before my eyes. Today we took our graduation photo. Because I was waiting for your reply, I didn't get the spot behind Fallon. I immediately pulled out the graduation photo, and sure enough, his position had changed. Could it be that the choices 18-year-old Zoran made could really change everything now? Before I could wrap my head around it, another line appeared below. If you really are Fallon, then do you know where I'm standing? You stand behind Arya, I replied. There was silence from the other end for a moment. I continued writing, Zoran, please leave my life. For a long while, no new words appeared. Just when I thought I wouldn't receive a reply anymore, he left new writing. The black ink was forcefully embedded into the paper. Fallon, I like you, don't you know? Why are you being so cruel to me? Looking at these words, I felt nothing but utter disgust. The tear stains on my face hadn't fully dried yet. I wrote, you like me? I'm cruel? It's because of your liking that I became the target of Arya's jealousy, got stabbed by her, and can never have children. And you even got Arya pregnant with your child 12 years later. Zoran, you have no right to say those words to me. Countless nights, I've been jolted awake by this memory, then sobbed uncontrollably. 12 years ago, on graduation photo day, Arya cried and begged Zoran to stand behind her, but Zoran firmly refused. Furious, she found some thugs the next day and cornered me in an alley. By the time Zoran arrived, I was already covered in blood. He saw me on the brink of death and broke down in hysterical sobs. He held me in his arms like a madman as he rushed to the hospital, falling to his knees outside the operating room to pray. My life was saved, but my uterus was severely damaged. I would never be able to get pregnant. That day, Zoran clutched my hand tightly, his shoulders shaking as he wept. Fallon, I'm just glad you're okay. We don't need children. I'll treasure you forever. Fallon, I swear I'll love and cherish you for the rest of my life. But this same man who loved me so deeply would, years later, have an affair with Arya and even father her child. I closed my eyes in despair. Now, This diary is heaven's gift of a second chance, allowing me to erase Zoran from my life forever. But this time, I received no reply. Exhausted, I hugged the notebook and fell into a deep sleep. In my dream, I seemed to return to when I was 18. Zoran was kneeling beside me, weeping uncontrollably and begging me to open my eyes. A draft blew through, waking me with a chill. There was no one beside me. The 30-year-old Zoran had chosen the person who hurt me the most in this world. He would never return to my side. I opened my phone to see Aria's social media feed flooded with over 20 posts. Zoran arranged the shrimp he peeled for me into a heart shape. Winter's never cold with Zoran around. Zoran gave me and our son a family heirloom. He said he'll guard me alongside our son in the future. Under each post, Zoran's like was always there. Our mutual friends also sent their blessings one after another. A perfect match. Your son's bound to be a gem. Can we arrange a marriage for our kids? Only our sis Aria is worthy of bro Zoran. Congrats to bro Zoran on becoming a dad. I suppose Zoran must think I'm not good enough for him now. I forced a smile, my eyes stinging with pain. After turning off my phone, I drifted back into a hazy dream. In my dream,